Hello, my loves. Thank you for spending time with me today. If you saw in my thumbnail, I am not feeling in tip-top shape right now. I don't know, my ear is ringing. I got something weird going on with my eye. I woke up the other day and it was like blurry. I thought I was losing my vision, but so I've been wearing my glasses for the past couple of days and I've been kind of moping around. But I know that talking to you always puts me in a good mood, so I decided no makeup at all, looking just like I do in my regular reselling habitat, I'm going to go ahead and go over my November sales with you. I was thinking, should I get dressed? Should I not get dressed? And I was like, well, you know what? In reality, this is exactly how I look all the time in reselling. Like I don't get up to resell. I'm wearing my Mad Happy sweatshirt and some Athleta joggers and throw my hair up with glasses, and this is how I actually look while I'm making money. So why not show up in the exact same way that probably all of you look as you're reselling anyways? Nobody gets ready for this job. That's insane. But I did, again, want to go ahead and go over my November sales because they were up this month. I was just looking over them in reflection of the month and looking at my balance for the end of the month, because I do hold it till the end of the month, because I do specifically reinvest my sales on Poshmark into other inventory. So that tells me, how much I have to reinvest for that month. In this month, I'm looking at about $700 that I can reinvest into other inventory. So on my first sale on November 2nd, I actually sold a bundle. The first piece in the bundle was a Loft V-neck long sleeve t-shirt. This came from some free inventory that I sourced not through Nextdoor, but I connected with the person through the Nextdoor app, completely free, as I said. The second piece came from a thredup rescue box, which I estimate my cost of goods to be roughly $2. It's just under $2, but it's a lot easier just to say $2 in this video. Those together made me $20, taking out that approximate $2 cost of goods. This next piece was a Zara tweed blue and gold skirt. This came from a thredup rescue box. This sold for $11 with the shipping discount. That gave me $6.33 of profit after the shipping discount and platform fees. And then, of course, taking out that approximate $2 cost of goods. So I didn't make, a crazy amount on this one, but I definitely made more money than I paid for it. So I'm still making money on it, which is really all that I'm asking. This next piece to sell was on November 7th. It was a DeSeagle dress that came in a thredup rescue box. This sold for $18. It did have free shipping attached to it, so that gave me $6.73 of profit. And then, of course, taking out the cost of goods from the thredup box. Also on November 7th, I sold a pair of women's Cole Haan dark brown loafers. These came from a flyp, but I did buy out the flyp, and I usually have my cost of goods as $4, and this one was $4 as my cost of goods. They sold for $25 with no shipping discount, so that gave me $20 after the platform fees, and then, of course, having to take out the $4 cost of goods from the flyp that I did buy out. Another bundle sold on November 9th was this one. It had, 6 different pieces in it. The first piece came from a flyp, and it was a twist knot waffle knit tank top. This, I did buy the flyp, so my cost of goods is $4 on this one. The next piece within this bundle was a Reformation denim skirt. Also came from the same flyp. Bought out that flyp with a $4 cost of goods. Another piece from a flyp that I did buy out. It was a Legence Margot high-rise skinny jeans. These were like shiny or shimmery skinny jeans. These were size 25, so I wasn't sure if they were gonna sell because of the size, but somebody did go ahead and bundle them up. The next piece within this bundle was a Rebel Sugar long sleeve cropped shirt. This came from a thredup rescue box. My cost of goods was roughly $2 on that one. This was a size small. The next piece within this was free inventory, not through Nextdoor, but you know, the same person that I connected with through Nextdoor. It was a Loft navy long sleeve button front shirt. This was also a size small. And the final piece also came from that free inventory with the person that I connected with through Nextdoor. It was an ANA rust, like orange color button up shirt dress. So all together, those sold for $75.20, taking out my cost of goods as I was talking along the way. In looking at what each of these pieces show as they individually sold for, I want to remind you to keep this in mind as you are looking at comps. So like the Lejeans pants show that they sold for $58, but really they sold within the bundle, and the entire bundle only gave me $75.20. But when somebody buys within a bundle, the original price that it was listed for is what shows as it's sold. So I really want you to keep that in mind as you're looking at comps. If there's only one piece that's sold, you cannot guarantee that that's necessarily the price that it's sold for. Also, if there's shipping discounts, that's not necessarily shown in the sold listing price as well. I usually try to look at comps through a couple of different platforms. I use Google Lens to check comps, and it shows, you know, the price within Google Lens of how much different items are listed for on different platforms. So it's easier to compare different platforms in that way than having to search individually. This next item that sold was given to me by a friend for consignment, so we agreed on a 50-50 split. I took everything from this person, broke down approximately how much I think items would sell for minus platform fees, and then we split the cost on what they actually sell for. So I just kind of pay out as I go. I found that that's the easiest way rather than waiting like till the end of the month or the end of the consignment period, just so that I know it's out of my way, out of my mind, even though it's little money like this sale was. This pair of pants was Wanna Betta Butt. I never heard of that brand, but it is a juniors brand. It is YMI. Again, never heard of it, but there were quite a few pants that were sold by this brand. I wouldn't say that they sold for a crazy amount of money. They sold for $12. There was no shipping discount, so that was $9.05 after platform fees. And like I said, I paid out my friend the 50% after that. And I immediately just pay out as I am shipping the item, again, to just out of sight, out of mind. I don't have to worry about owing money hanging over in my head. Now, if it is an item that I'm like I'm not sure if it's gonna get accepted, I'm like worried about if there's gonna be an issue for it, I do wait to pay out the person I'm consigning with until after everything goes through. But these pants, I didn't think there was gonna be anything wrong with, so I just went ahead and paid them out. If they did happen to come back to me, I wouldn't, ask for the money back. I would just say that, I ate that cost of goods and hope that I'm going to sell it for $4.50 at least in the next round. This next item from November 10th actually sold twice to the same exact buyer. So these Birkenstock Betula sandals, I will say were kind of beaten up, and that's why they sold at like such a low price. But they did sell for $18. I will say this buyer did they put an offer in, I accepted the offer, and then they had questions. They had questions about the condition of the shoes. They, I guess, didn't realize that the buckle was there was a design on the buckle, and they were concerned about if it was turning or not. I did say, referred to the pictures, the design on the buckle was the same on each side, so I didn't think it was turning because it was uniform. It would be interesting to have turning being, the exact same on both shoes. So I did say, it was part of the design of the shoes, but these were on consignment. I didn't buy them originally. I didn't know for sure. Also, they were peeling a little bit, but they were also indicated in the description and the pictures. Anyway, this buyer decided they wanted to go ahead and ask to cancel. Now, a couple of days later, they came back asking for to purchase again. And I blocked the buyer. I straight up blocked because I was just nervous. Something wasn't going to go through. I feel like if people ask so many questions over and over and over again, like something is just going to go weird. But I don't know why. I was just like feeling, I don't know, really generous. And I decided, you know what? I was just being petty. Maybe they were just wanting to make sure their shoes were okay. So I went ahead, unblocked. They resent an offer again. I did end up accepting the offer this time, sent them, and everything was fine. So it's not always the case if people have a lot of questions that there's something wrong. Sometimes they really just have a lot of questions and they want to understand what they're buying. I think I was just having a super petty moment that I was like, no, I don't feel like dealing with the trouble. This ended up being $14.40 of profit, and it was on consignment, so that I did have to pay out the 50% as well. So it really wasn't worth that much money, that much trouble, and everything ended up being okay. But, I definitely got my, roughly $7 worth of struggle on that sale. Coming up next was actually a piece from my mom. She does a little bit of retail arbitrage. This was a Monster High Dracula doll. This sold for $34 with no shipping discount. That gave me $27.20 of profit. Now this did have a $20 cost of goods, so really the profit on this was $7.20. Anytime my mom does retail arbitrage, she sends me pictures. I go ahead and put the items up, and I just pay out the cost of goods for her. So I paid her $20 and I kept the $7.20 for myself. My mom and dad have their own little shipping program going on. I stay out of it. All I do is set the pictures up and take out the background and put the listings up, and I just get to keep the money without pretty much doing any work. So it kind of works out for me, and they like it because they get to support me. This next item came from a flip lot in which I didn't buy out just yet, so I did have the 50-50 split on it. This was a Talbot's Heritage Gray Corduroy Pants. These sold for $9 with no shipping discount. That was $6.05, and then of course having to pay out the client, so I got about $3 on that one. This next piece was free inventory from the same person that I've been sourcing through, but this was one of her husband's pieces. This was a Calvin Klein button-up shirt. This sold for $13, no shipping discount, so that gave me $10.05 of profit. Again, it was completely free to me, so that was all profit right in my pocket for me to reinvest, because remember, everything that I earn on Poshmark is what I typically just go ahead and reinvest. This Tahari sheath dress came from a thredup rescue box, one of the rescue boxes that I just unboxed, in which I told you just what I listed. So I didn't do a traditional unboxing. I just showed you what I listed and what I listed it for. This dress ended up selling for $25. That gave me $20 of profit on this thredup rescue box because I did get it on a discount. Again, words not feeling the greatest, but here we are. This one, the cost of goods was about $1 because I did get it on a discount. This White House Black Market blouse came free from a friend, just complete donation. It did sell for $10 with the shipping discount, so that gave me $4.37 of profit. If you don't tell your friends what you do, if you don't tell your family what you do, I highly suggest you do, because even though this only gave me $4.37, it was $4.37 that I didn't have to source for. It was just came free to me, gave all the profits right to me, didn't have to do really that much work for it. I took pictures, put it in my inventory system, and that pretty much was the end of it. These Abercrombie and Fitch jeans. I mixed up two different pairs of jeans. Both buyers were completely understanding. They just want to do a little switcheroo. We tried going through Poshmark, asking them what to do. I know that people have done this before. I know they have a system in place for it. I'm hoping that we can just get a label sent from each buyer and they can just send directly to each other. It doesn't have to come back to me and then sent back to them. However, both items or both sales have a case opened on them. Poshmark approved the case and Poshmark is now telling them they have to send it back to me. I haven't done this before. I've never mixed up sales completely. I have sent the wrong item and I still had the correct item, but I've never just mixed up two different sales. But I know they have a system for this. So it's really frustrating for me, for both buyers, because we're all saying, you have a system for this. Why can't we just get labels to send to each other? At this point, I'm almost like wanting them to like list the pants on their own and they can do like a trade, even though trades are like so annoying. But if they agree to all of it and they list it for the same amount, it ends up being an even trade, because it's going to take forever for them to send the items back to me and then for me to have to relist them. They rebuy them. They might not want it because the process has been so long. It is my fault, completely my fault. Definitely own up to it. I mixed up two orders, but I swear Poshmark has a process for this. In all the conversations in the case, they kept saying, reach out to Poshmark support and email. So I reached out to Poshmark support and email. The two buyers did the same thing, but here we are still stuck in a case that was auto approved and nobody is getting back to us. Even in the other case, I think the support person talking me through email said that the case was still under review. I don't understand what there is to review. We know the situation. Help us solve the situation. But these originally did sell for $17 with no shipping discount. That gave $13.60 of profit. It's not even under review in a case. The case was auto approved and the Poshmark is now asking the buyer why they're not shipping it. It's seriously a whole nightmare and it's not really something that I feel like dealing with right now, but it's my money. It's somebody else's money that we're messing with. So I'm going to keep pressing forward with Poshmark and see if we can get some kind of resolution. If you've ever mixed up two different orders, please let me know. Is it a thing? Can Poshmark just send you labels or send the other buyers labels to each other? Or do they really have to send it back to me for me to send back to the other buyer? I swear I heard that there was an easier process for this. Maybe I'm wrong. I've never been in this situation before. I guess, I've been amping up my inventory a lot lately, and mistakes definitely happen when you have a little bit more inventory. So I guess, I'll update you later on when I figure out what happens with this case. But for now, this particular sale is just kind of on hold. This item did come from the free inventory. It was the lady's husband, as well as the other pair of pants came from the lady's husband as well. It wasn't on the same day, but I'm just going to go ahead and hop to that sale really quick. One of the major issues with this case being auto approved is the second pair of pants actually sold within a bundle, and the buyer wants to keep the two correct pair of pants. They just want to exchange the incorrect pair of pants, and because Poshmark auto approved the case, they are saying that they have to send back the 3 pairs of pants, but they don't want to do that. I don't want them to do that. That can't be the only resolution to this. I know they have a process for this. I don't know. I'm going to keep fighting and keep trying to figure it out. If not, I will try to, take it off the app, and if they are willing to list their different listings and trade, we'll go for that. If not, like I said, I'll just take it off the app, and I might end up sending each of them a label on my dime, but it's so frustrating at this point, and I want it to work out because these two buyers are being just so incredibly understanding, and they're just as frustrated with Poshmark as I am at this point, if everything goes good with these two sales, I will make out on this bundle because it all came from the free inventory. It was a pair of Lucky Brand jeans, Abercrombie jeans, and a second pair of Abercrombie jeans. So there was 3 pairs of pants altogether. These gave me $36.80 of profit. Of course, this is still on hold because this whole case situation, it's frustrating. I don't even know what to say. It really is. It's just frustrating. Let's move on to some more positive sales now. This next piece actually came from a thredup rescue box. It was a poof black cowl neck sweater. This actually sold for $22, which I was very surprised by because it was poof after all. If you're not familiar with poof, if you go to the thrift, you've probably seen it before. You probably have been tricked. The tag definitely looks like a Free People tag. It's got that like metal tag on it. People get confused by it all the time. Not the same brand at all. It's a little bit of a cheaper brand, but this piece did sell for higher than I anticipated, for $22. It did have free shipping attached to it though, so that gave me only $9.93 of profit, but it did again come from a thredup rescue box, so I was still, making money on it, which I am never mad about making money on a piece at all. Another very, very surprising sale is this light gray pineapple t-shirt. This came from a Quick Lots Amazon pallet, which I sourced so long ago. My cost of goods was about 50 cents, but I way triple, quadrupled my money back on this pallet, so it almost feels like free inventory at this point. This shirt sold for $34, no offer. It was bought completely outright, which hardly ever happens on Poshmark. Either somebody is sending an offer or I send an offer. It is very rare that I have a full price sale. I know that's probably the case with mostly everyone as well. It did sell for $34, a t-shirt. Just a t-shirt, nothing special, no brand, $34, that was it. Now anytime I get a full price sale like this and it's like, something that I don't think personally is worth that much, I get a little bit nervous. I did actually look at the buyer's about me page, and they did have a couple of comments from previous sellers saying like, is this a scam? Like, why are you accepting all these offers, or why are you buying all these items at full price? I saw that they actually bought 2 different orders from somebody, and somebody said, okay, I see that you bought 2 things today. Do you want me to cancel the orders and so you can go ahead and bundle them and you don't have to pay for shipping twice? And their response was, no, just leave it how it is. I'll pay for shipping. So to me, I was like, that's really weird. Why would somebody want to pay shipping twice if they can just bundle an order? And it seemed like they have a lot of full price sales that they, purchase things full price. So I don't know. I was just like so concerned that something was going to go wrong with this. I waited the 3 hours before shipping. If you didn't know, if somebody buys something outright with the full price sale, they do have 3 hours to cancel, just in case it was an accidental purchase, because I've done it before. You just accidentally hit the buy button and things happen, but you are able to cancel. So I did wait the 3 hours. Poshmark does have that 3-hour limit. I passed the 3 hours. I actually ended up shipping it out the next day. Now, when I was shipping it out, I decided that I was just going to video record me shipping it out. I just took a couple of extra minutes to just record myself, make sure I'm showing that there's nothing wrong with the item, flipping it both ways, just to make sure that Poshmark, if anything happened, they knew that it was good to go. I did also show myself just putting the item in the package, which now looking back, I realize that this isn't the best video. So I don't know if Poshmark would have taken it, but I was just taking every precaution, making sure that I did my part. I did also take a video with the label on it. I scanned it into the post office in the video and dropped it off as well, just in case anything happened. I wanted Poshmark to know that I did in fact ship out the correct item that was not damaged at all. I'm not going to show you the video of the label because obviously it has personal information on it for myself and the buyer, but this ended up being completely okay. So I took those couple extra seconds or a couple extra minutes really to just do that video recording just in case, because I have had an instance before where the buyer said that I didn't send the correct item, and Poshmark suggested that I take pictures or record myself in future sales. Now, I don't do it for every sale because that would be crazy, but I do it, like I said, when I am nervous that something is going to go wrong. I'm happy everything turned out for this sale though, because it did sell for the $34 with no shipping discount. So that gave me $27.30 of profit. Again, I was so surprised that that went through for just a plain old Amazon t-shirt. Bringing it back down, I sold a Brandy Melville high-low long sleeve shirt. This came from a thredup rescue box. This sold for $7. No shipping discount, so that gave me $4.05. That did technically double my cost of goods on it because it was the roughly $2. It actually more than doubled what I put into it. Obviously, that is not a high price sale, but I am, like I said before, I'm still making money, and that's really the goal of all we have going on here. Now, these pants I almost donated because they were a little bit damaged. These did come from a thredup rescue box. These were men's pants, but they did end up in the women's thredup rescue box, which I was so happy for. They are, I think you pronounce it Viore. It's, this new brand that's taking over Lululemon and whatnot, but these were 5-pocket tapered pants. They were men's, like I said. These sold for $40, no shipping discount, so that gave me $32 of profit. Again, they did come from a thredup rescue box. Another item that I was surprised went for so high, but I was not nervous about this piece by any means. This Dolce & Gabbana Desire bracelet, it had like the word desire in little charms around it. This sold for $58, no shipping discount. That gave me $46.40 of profit after the platform fees. This did come from that free inventory, the same person that I've been sourcing for or from, so this gave a pretty good chunk of profit into my pocket. Now, the reason why I was surprised that this sold for so high, because when I was looking at comps, the comps were more so in like the $25-$30 range. So the fact that this sold for $58 means that I'm at the top of comps, and I hope that I stay there in other sales as well. I have noticed that I can sell pieces for higher on Poshmark versus eBay, and definitely more than Mercari. By the time my items hit Mercari, I'm almost, expecting them to be donated. But Poshmark, even though it has the 20% platform fees, my items, I feel like they sell at a higher price on Poshmark. I think it's just like a different population of people that are on the different apps. People are just expecting to get fashion on Poshmark versus eBay and Mercari. It's more of like getting a deal. I don't know. It's the mindset of the app, I think, which I don't know why I'm talking about, higher price sales, because the very next one brought it back to $10. This Abercrombie & Fitch gray v-neck shirt. This came from a friend of mine on consignment. It again sold for $10 after platform fees. That was $7.05, and then I did have to go ahead and pay out my friend the 50% as well. These Athleta Sculptex dark blue skinny jeans came from a flip lot, one that I didn't buy out just yet. These sold for $15 with no shipping discount. That gave me $12 of profit, and then of course having to pay out the client as well. Coming in last minute on November 30th was this Hot Wheels FAO Schwartz gold set that my mom picked up on retail arbitrage. These sold for $32, or this sold for $32. It was a whole set. and it was a $20 cost of goods. So I am looking into a little bit of profit for that, but not as much as I would have hoped, but it was a very quick flip. I didn't have to do hardly anything for it. I, took away the background and did sell similar on eBay and cross-list over to Poshmark where it actually sold. I was surprised at that one on Poshmark versus eBay, just because I feel like toys typically go on eBay versus Poshmark. Again, the different populations that source or purchase on the different apps. So that was all my sales in the month of November, specifically to Poshmark. Of course, I make separate videos for my sales on eBay and then my sales on Mercari as well. I am not participating in Vlogmas this year in a traditional way. However, I do plan on putting out a lot more content within the month of December. So if you're not yet subscribed and you want to be notified when those videos come out, this would be the time to go ahead and hit that subscribe button. That allows my videos to continue to show up on your homepage and the homepage of others, and it allows us to continue to learn and grow together.